vitamin water. The drink of champions. This is what athletic trainers drink to survive. Because when we don't have the time to eat, which is another challenge, we drink vitamin water so we can get 120 calories and 32 grams of sugar in our system because your body breaks down sugar. And then I have to get 100% of my vitamins B5, B6, and B12, and my vitamin C. So, vitamin water. This is the essential lunch. Gets me through the document.
And so you are and Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. We got a thing going on.
And this is about to begin. I have been an athletic trainer at Central State since officially 2005. I came in as an intern in 2002. I was a student athletic trainer at that time, working in a program at Wright State University. And I came over here to help out for a season, and I end up staying a couple of extra years to help out. And then they hired me on full time in 2005. Kidneys are back here, and the kidneys are usually exposed. So when you get hit in the back, where you fall or anything like that, and you see like specks of blood in your urine, that's why, because the kidneys are bruised. My jobs on campus, my titles, I'm the head athletic trainer, the senior woman administrator. I am an adjunct instructor in the HPER department. And I'm also the Deputy Title IX for athletics for the university. And I also do the insurance coordination for athletics.
It's a difference. It's a huge difference. You can't just, like you in Splash Mountain up in here, at the water park.
You just said to get out your splash gun.
Yeah, because after I get acclimated to the water, you see what I did now? Acclimated to the water.
Don't try to use a big word.
Okay. I ain't gonna do you like that. You know, I'm fresh up out of class. My brain's still rotating right now. Woo!
Okay, head athletic trainer. The everyday challenge is dealing with student athletes and injuries. You never know, even with the student athlete and their injury, you never know how they're going to present themselves. So you have to deal with their emotions. You have to deal with whatever's going on in their personal lives, and what may have happened over the weekend, or phone calls they may have received after a game. So you never really know what you're dealing with. So that's a challenge in and of itself. And then some other minor challenges could be just equipment, internet not working, ice machine not working, somebody coming in and waxing the floor and I slip and fall. So it's things like that. And those are just minor challenges. But major challenges is just dealing with the athletes and, you know, things that go on in their lives, and then dealing with the coaching, the staff, administration. Those are the major challenges that I deal with.
Last name ever, first name greatest. Like a sprained ankle, boy, ain't nothing to play with. Started off local, but thanks to all the haters, I know G4 pilots on a first name basis. In your city, faded off the ground.
My time, there would always be the people standing on the sidelines that would just have trainer written on the back of their shirts and big bold letters. I'm like, oh, I want to be one of those. I just thought it was the person who handed out water. You come off, give them water, go back on the field. So I didn't know what a trainer was. I just wanted to be on the sideline. So if that meant I could stand on the sideline with a shirt that said trainer on my back, that's what I was going to do. So I didn't really understand the full capacity of what those individuals did who were standing on the sideline, who had trainer on the back of their shirts. So I was interested in what they did, but not per se that's what I wanted to do. I didn't always want to be a trainer. I wanted to be an educator, which is kind of what I do now. But I just always wanted to be a teacher. I didn't want to be a trainer. I didn't know what a trainer was. I just wanted to stand on the sideline. And maybe that was just to be closer to the game. Yes, right here, right
Touchdown by Moses Vines.
What's up? I don't even know what we're doing. This is quiet. It's not a hype thing. Well, Miss Jones went from not being able to have a scholarship to go to Central State. Woo! But she didn't give up. Nope. She went on to Wright State University.
That's so inaccurate.
Where?
Cut all that out.
Where she delete all that. Where she graduated. Then she came back to be an athletic. My fault. My tongue. A head athletic trainer. There it is. At Central State University. Yep. And look at her now. Look.
Shanta was going into sports medicine, athletic training, but we didn't know that she was going to double major. So she double majored in sports medicine, and it's what you call it was education, but it was special education. And there was a reason for why she was doing that also. So Tony Ortiz was the man that she came up under, and that's how she got here today, is through him, because they wanted to send, Central State wanted an athletic trainer who is independent, that didn't depend on nobody to tell them what to do. So they went to Tony Ortiz, which is her mentor, and he was the head athletic trainer at that time at Wright State University. So they went to him and they asked him if he knew of anybody that is independent and didn't depend on somebody to tell them what to do, and he told them, yes, I have just the right person. And they sent her.
Run and play. Specialize in that. Let me specialize in this. Stay out my way.
Here we go.
Wet.
I got retake from the wrist. It was wet.
Anybody know what to do for this? Anybody? Anybody?
What happened?
When she was a little girl, she always hung with the boys, which she still do. The same thing, hang with the boys.
That's why she's so tough.
Yes. Yes.
She don't take nothing from nobody.
She don't take nothing from nobody. But I can't say this, that's how she was raised, because her father was a police officer, and then her other father was a firefighter. So she's got all of that mixed in with her. So I can say she came up as a strong little young lady, because the boys that she hung around with, they didn't treat her like no girl, they treated her like a boy. And so she was always with them boys, and she's still with them boys. She loved them boys.
It's too much. Period. It's too much. much. Everybody in here is too much. Look, I don't need rodeo people in here coming in here giving him mustard and all this other stuff. Then you come right behind him talking about I need an appeal for JaVale. Let me take care of this and y'all go to bed. Thank you. I'm just saying, it's just extra. I'm not turning up. I done turned up on everybody. Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. And you coming in asking for stuff that's unnecessary for other people. Right, let it go out there. But your player is being taken care of, so when I tell you, you don't know what's going on with your player. You keep saying you good, man. I talk to the coordinator, and then the coordinator will let you know. So just take it out there.
It's Doug. My mom. She goes to Brother. Enjoy the campus, go to the vendors, probably give me a fat double steak, half-a-pound burger.
Well, you was already at the vendors yesterday.
I'm going again.
Hey, they better give it to me for free. I'm out here putting on the show.
Keep putting on the show so we can get a win.
Yeah. It's not even time to talk about that.
Oh.
Being a female athletic trainer is the question of the day. It is challenging, and not just in the aspect of being here and working with all males, especially a football program, but a female athletic trainer in Black college athletics. Primarily being here, it's not that bad. The student athletes have grown to respect what I do. A lot of times it's hard for them to take directions from a female, and a female that has a lot of strength behind what she does. But working with African American coaches is challenging as a female, because a lot of times they do not respect what I do, and they don't respect my position and my authority. So it's challenging working in Black college athletics as a female athletic trainer, a female head athletic trainer, and a Black female head athletic trainer. It's hard.
Jumpin', them boys up to something. Woo!
My experience with Shanta and the players. I have been working with Shanta for roughly 12, 13 years now. And Shanta is a great individual. You know, my experience with her has been, personal to where sometimes I've been injured and she's taking care of me. She's very straight. But she gets the job done. She's a very thorough athletic trainer. She wants to see you in the best shape, health-wise, and get you back on the court or get you back to doing whatever you need to do with your everyday living. So she's very thorough, and I really like that about her. With the players, her number one objective is to keep the players out of the trainer room, make sure they're back healthy, get them back on the court, the field, and she's going to do whatever she needs to do to get the players back out there.
Lashaunta. Yeah. Nice to meet you. And our team physician will be here as well. So if you need anything, just let us know. All right. Oh, you're welcome.
The ball down low, we gotta have somebody come to the basket. Because we just standing around watching her. We gotta continue to be aggressive on the rebound. Continue to be aggressive on the rebound. Alright? Other than that, we gotta have we're gonna still go with the same starting five. Being a female head coach, sometimes you struggle with do females get the same respect as a male coach. And that's just not, in the department or at this university, but that's traveling, going off campus, going to other universities. Just giving the men more attention than the female. But as a strong Black woman, I demand respect. And I earn my respect around here. I treat my program like it's the top program around here. And as a woman, I just don't just bow down to just follow. You know, I'm just strictly trying to be a leader in this position. But it has been some positive. There's a lot of NCAA, the WBCA, which is the Women's Basketball Coaches Association, that support women out there in this position. They have a lot of opportunities for us, camps, clinics, a lot of professional development. And, you know, there are a lot of people out there that support women in this position. This is not just a man's sport. Women have been more successful at this university. If you go into our gym, there's probably 30 banners hanging up, and the legendary Coach Chet is responsible for 28 of those banners in there. So we've had a lot of success at this university in women's basketball and being female coaches. So we just, as a woman, we want to just continue to push having our rights to coach and being treated as equal as far as it comes down to salaries, as far as it comes down to respect, and just being treated the same on board.
Ain't gonna have a piece.
He gained 50 pounds after the season.
Yeah.
Was extremely heavy.
Hey.
Drive me crazy. Because I gotta have counseling sessions with him all the time. I'm not even a licensed counselor, but it works.
I got mental problems.
He has a lot of mental problems.
But you know, I'm a good person.
Great person.
Great heart. You know what I'm saying?
He get mad when I don't pay him any attention.
I love to be paid attention to.
And then he comes back and apologizes. He's like, thanks so much.
Because I know I was wrong. You know what I'm saying?
The misconception of athletic training is you just go to school and you become an athletic trainer. Or they compare us to personal trainers, which we're not. Personal trainers, you don't have to go to school for a personal trainer. You can study for a test that they take online and then you get your certification. That's not us. We actually have to go to 4 years of school, and we do clinicals, we do rotations, we do everything that a nurse would do. So it's not just one of those professions where here I am, sign me up to cover somebody's practice. And we just don't cover practices. We provide health care to the student athletes because they just don't come in and say my ankle hurts or my elbow hurts or my shoulder hurts. They come in with real life problems and real life issues, medical conditions, sick. They want to know why they're sick. How long will it take me to get better? We deal with a lot of issues and concerns. Okay, the whole internship program it started because I definitely needed assistance, and football was just coming back as a program. So the very first intern that I had, we only had 5 games that season, and he came from Wright State. I had really no clue what he was doing. So nervous, never really prepared for the weather. And a graduate assistant who was at Wright State ended up getting a full-time position at Cedarville. And we started a cohort between Central State and Cedarville. So that's kind of how the whole internship program got started. And it was just really with Cedarville. Wright State was kind of utilizing Central State as an outlet for some of their students who were either shy or who had disciplinary problems. So we really didn't have a cohort set up, but it was more like, hey, can the student come out and kind of shadow you for a few weeks or for spring ball? So the interns that I have this year, I have 4. I have 2 from Wright State and 2 from Cedarville, and they do a pretty good job. It's been a little bit challenging with a couple of them, but it's a learning process for them. I try to do my best to expand on their knowledge and to give them some opportunities where they're put in my position as a head athletic trainer to make decisions and determine how an athletic training room would operate if somebody else is not there to guide them. So I give them some scenarios, let's say, that could kind of pick their brain and really make them think outside of the box. So most people know that catastrophic injuries can happen, and a catastrophic injury could be that of a student athlete being severely injured and never being able to play again, whether that be a traumatic brain injury, whether that be a spinal injury, whether that be death. And my personal experience with a catastrophic issue started at the collegiate level. I was a student athletic trainer at the time, and I was working with women's softball. And one of our student athletes had died. And I can't remember what specifically had happened, but she was a very quiet young lady, very outgoing with the team, full of energy, but never seemed to be the person to get in any type of trouble. So when she passed, it was shocking. It was shocking. Really didn't know how to deal with it because I'm a student. I'm a student athletic trainer, and this was a young lady that I actually took care of and that I worked with. So to be sitting there in the church at the funeral and seeing these student athletes sitting next to me and not really knowing, how does all this happen? How do you process it? And that was my first experience as a student athletic trainer in athletics dealing with a catastrophic issue. And just thinking back on it now, we never really discussed it. We discussed it as a team, and there were outlets for those student athletes, but it was never an outlet or even a discussion in the athletic training program. You know, how are you feeling? What's going on? Do you need any type of assistance? Do you need to talk to someone? And that kind of trickles over into my experience as a head athletic trainer. We had two student athletes who died as a result of a drowning issue, and one from, I call it a retaliation. The athlete was shot. And with the student athlete who drowned on a road trip, and I found out through the news. Sunday afternoon, I'm getting a lot of phone calls and text messages, and people are asking me, are you okay? How's things going? Is everything all right? And I'm like, oh, I'm great. Not knowing what they were talking about or why they were asking me, but I just thought it was really nice that some of my coworkers were concerned about me on a Sunday. I was really excited, like, man, people like me today. I get home and I'm watching the 10 o'clock news, and up pops a picture of my student athlete's face on the news stating that she had drowned. And my heart just sank because this was the same young lady that was in my office talking to me about her future plans, internships, prior to leaving to go on this week-long trip with her athletic team. And the only thing that I could think about is this was the last person in my office before I left that day for spring break. Last person that I talked to. We had a great conversation, was excited about her graduation because she was graduating that May. We were excited, and I was so happy for the progress that she had made through the time that she was here, matriculating through school. And for that to happen and the way that I was notified, it was just heartbreaking. And I remember saying to our athletic director that I never want anything like that to happen ever again, because it just affected our team. It affected our department. She was a bright young lady. And I really don't think the program ever really rebounded. The student athletes that were still around, they either transferred out, or I don't even think they completed school. And if they did, it was just a challenge. It was a challenge here for them. And then just dealing with a parent, having to call a parent, having to talk to a parent, and reading an autopsy report. I've never in my life read an autopsy report. But to read an autopsy report on a young lady that you knew very well, and have to read what happened to her in detail, the markings on her body, the things that happened, and just I could just visualize everything as I was reading that report. And it really affected me. I mean, I was really heartbroken because this young lady had she had a very promising future. And then the other student athlete who ended up getting killed just 7 months later, here I am saying, I don't ever want this to happen again. I don't want to see this happen to any of our student athletes. I never want to have to talk to a parent again. I understand things happen, but this situation could have been prevented. And again, same scenario. Student is in my office. We're talking about an injury that he sustained. And ironically, he ended up getting shot in the chest. And that was the same injury that we were talking about, a chest contusion. And the irony behind that, that was heartbreaking, because that was the last kid, again, that I spoke with that night, Thursday evening, home game, and here this kid decides to go out to a party when he should have been at home getting prepared for a weekend game. This is unreal. I ain't ate yet. I've been running since 6 a.m. How you doing?
Let me go home. Let's go.
Would you like me to help you take this one out? Oh, that doesn't come out. You got any tape, Miss Jones? Who coming with you, Miss Jones? Traveling is a nightmare. A nightmare.
Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head.
A nightmare. Traveling with football, you have almost 60 athletes. And now that all of our trips are more than 5 hours away, we're leaving on a Thursday evening. You have to take half your training room with you. It's inconvenient. You never know what the other facility is going to have, especially in the new conference that we're in. A lot of the facilities and the locations don't have stable athletic trainers, so you're going into an unknown situation, even though they say that they have everything prepared for you. This week, I don't have interns traveling with me, so it's going to be myself and another certified that's volunteering their time to go. But it's just a nightmare. You have to take everything with you. You have to pack everything with you. You got to do treatments on the road, and you're talking about 40 and 50 guys that are coming in and get this done and get that done. It's a nightmare. It is a nightmare. And then you're on a bus for 10 hours. So just imagine that, the reverse, after a game, and you lose, and you're coming home 10 hours on a bus, or you sustain an injury. It's just a lot that goes on with traveling. Traveling is a nightmare. I hate traveling. I hate traveling. I hate traveling with large sports. It's not so bad when you're traveling with smaller sports because you're all on one bus. But it's just so much that goes into traveling.
Whenever you call me, I'll be there. Whenever you want me, I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. I'll be around.
Somebody can get a bag.
Here, Miss Jones.
Oh! She can help me on my... Oh!
Good job. Good job. Thank you. When I was playing here from year 2004, I redshirted that year, but as Shanta know, I stayed here. I stayed up in the training room. And one thing I can say about Shanta is she got me back fast. And the one thing about Shanta too, she is the funniest lady ever. I had a good time up in the training room, but that what made it even better. You know, she pushed you to
get stronger, to get better, and things in that sort. But overall, when I was playing, like I had knick-knack injuries, and one of my main injuries that I had the worst was my senior year, and I had a strain growing. She know what that is. But she was there, you know, and I finished the whole season. Like, I don't even know how I even played that season. Like, it was a point that I was sick during games. My shoulder popped out, my meniscus. But out of all those injuries overall, Shanta did a great job to get me back when I was playing here at Central State.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm rocking my pants, putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom, explosion.
She went to athletic camp because they needed to know the routines and the stuff that they needed to do as an athletic trainer. But she already knew it because she was already in athletic training program when she first went to high school. So they told her that don't nobody know how to take that fast, and she did. She takes fast. I think she did it within a second, something like that. I mean, she was just whipping right through it. Yes, yeah. So she was the fastest taping at her athletic camp.
With the carry for a Central State first down.
Obtain a lot of information. I go to a lot of professional development for especially athletic training. We have to have continuing education units that we have to submit to the National Athletic Trainers Board of Certification, and we do that every 2 years. So every 2 years I have to turn in 75 CEU units, and we have to get that through either online webinars or in-person seminars. So I retain a lot of that information the different professional developments that I go to. On the administrative side, that's been not a challenge, but a learning experience, because I did not see myself as an administrator on like the athletic director level. I was just, oh, here's a title, you got to do it. Didn't really know what I was getting myself into. They asked me to do something and I just said, okay, I'll do it. No big deal. But then I figured out, hey, this is a big deal and you got to start taking it a little more seriously. So I started doing a lot more professional development, going to workshops and seminars for administrators. So trying to balance the two is a little bit challenging because they're two different worlds. You have the medical field over here, and then you have the administrative field over here. And there's administration in athletic training, but putting the two together is sometimes hard to blend. So it puts me in a situation where, do I now choose between doing athletic training as a profession or fully doing administration as a profession? And that's been a challenge for me because I love both of them, and being the person that I am, I want to do everything. Your day is never planned. As an athletic trainer, you can plan your day out as much as you want. You can write it down, your to-do list, and I can have 20 things on my to-do list and maybe do 2 of them. And that to-do list from Monday could be the same to-do list Friday or Saturday. Keenan Woods. 8 years later, he's now graduating.
So what, they don't have a date on your degree?
Came here as a freshman year, messed up his shoulder, played the entire season with a messed up shoulder. He left, matter of fact, before he left, he sat on my couch, asked if he could make it at Ohio State. I said, sure, why not? Leaves. Didn't go to Ohio State. Went to Sinclair.
Dropped out.
Straight to Domino's, bought me some Parmesan.
Best delivery driver on earth.
All the time. Then I look up and guess who comes back? Keenan.
Hey, Mr.
4 years later.
Shanta's a great individual.
She is the funniest lady ever.
She has a gift, and she knows what she's talking about.
Juju B.
I gotta get ready for the game.
Juju B. This is Juju B. He's gonna have 15 injuries this year. 15. We're gonna get him out of here healthy today. As a female athletic trainer, just make sure that you have thick skin. Make sure you get to know your student athletes by name, and make sure you know their faces. And then make sure you balance your work and your life.
With all said and done, I think my baby's going to be successful.
My cousin is about 3.5 years older than me. So I was going into my freshman year and she was a senior in high school. So I was enrolled at one high school and she was enrolled at the other high school in our city. So I told my parents that I wasn't going to be academically challenged at the high school that I was enrolled in. So they disenrolled me at South High School at the time, South High School, and enrolled me at North High School. And I only did that so I could spend time with my cousin so we would have more time together. So she was doing she was a student aide for athletics. And I said, well, I'll do it too. Let's do student aide too. So we do it together. And I ended up sticking with it, and she stopped doing it after like 2-3 weeks. And she just did drill team and all that good stuff. And I stayed with the student aide and did the whole athletic training courses all through high school. And then I went into college and did athletic training. So it started off as a joke and just a time for me to spend time with my cousin. And then it became a profession for me. And my grandma is telling a story. I don't even remember what it was about. It could have been about my aunt, because my aunt gets on his nerves. And he goes, I just ask Jesus to deliver me sometimes. And me and my cousin fell out. My grandpa is 88 years old. At the time, he was 88. Nah, he's 88 now. He was 87. And he said that, and we looked at each other like, where did he come up with this stuff? So I was going into the fall season, and it was a bad season. It's just everything was bad. It wasn't working out. I was stressed out. My assistant had quit. Just everything was just piling on top of me. And I wrote that message on the board just to remind me that things are not that bad. And that sometimes you just need to be delivered. So deliver me and to relax. So those are my words to remember when things just get a little rough during the day. And I put that up a year ago.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and heavy.
Oh, not. Lawrence had 2 schools. Now Lawrence is going home.
Oh.
Yeah, he.
Cordell Jones.
My name is Mrs.
Cordell.
Jones.
I'm Cordell Jones.
Cordell.
Transfer from Ohio State, quarterback.
This is Lucky. He got eagle claws.
I scratched the ground when I walk.
Oh, what's showing? Me?
Just looking at me.
Like this? Or like this? Or like
Whatever you feel like. You still working, talking at the same time.
how was Shanta?
You remember?
Like Corey.
So reducing pain, trying to get him ready. He keeps his brace that should be in his locker.
Miss Jones, no, that made my shoulder hurt even worse.
It's the shoulder.
That made my shoulder. Listen, whoever designed that brace, that shoulder brace, listen.
No, it doesn't.
You should have tried it on first because it don't work. I was in more pain without it than I was with it. What's his name? Who created that?
Did you just hear what he said? He was in more pain without it than he was with it.
No, I'm from
He
Florida. It's
clearly said
backwards.
without
I got
it.
dyslexia.
You're backwards.
You ready? So you're looking at me, not
Corey, I feel this.
All right, be safe. Don't do anything crazy.
I am, man. I'm sorry, man. It's over now, Mike. It's finally. It's over now, man. I might have another year, though.
Oh, no, sorry.
This shows how you can go from bad to good. Now I'm on the good side. I was on this side.
He's apologized
But
10 times.
now I'm on this side.
I'm trying to figure out when the apology is really going to be sincere because he apologized all the time. He acts like my kid.
You gotta pray every day. Pray every day.
He was in here praying out loud the other day. Like, I didn't need the prayer. He needed the prayer because he was acting like a butt. Then she went home and thought about it.
She was the tissue, though.
Oh.
You didn't get it.
I got it. I ain't know I'm nobody's tissue.
No, I'm just saying, like, you helped me. Like, you helped me.
I don't want to help wipe your butt. That's
All
the tissue.
right, so you took it too far.